I want to start by asking you this. Have you ever noticed, for example, when certain people enter a room, why does everyone turn to look at them? They don't necessarily have to be supermodels. Ultimately, there's something different about them. They have a certain energy, a certain aura. Actually, this is exactly what I want to talk to you about today, because I want you to know that looking your best every day is not actually a genetic thing or a money thing. It's actually about small, systematic habits that you can incorporate into your routine, and you can be sure that once you learn these habits, not only will your appearance change, but your whole outlook on life will change. People's behavior and attitudes towards you will change, and you will definitely start to feel much more confident about yourself. It will be like a domino effect. Once you knock over the first domino, you can be sure that everything I mentioned will follow. The highly effective points I'm sharing today are actually the result of years of trial and error, even deep scientific research, and especially the observations of people who have been very successful in this area in their lives. And the best part is that none of them involve money. They're not expensive practices or anything like that. They're all very practical and highly effective points. By the way, before we get to the first tip, I have a small request. Write "I'm starting today" in the comments, because when you put something in writing, it's no longer just a thought, it's a promise. And in that case, the likelihood of keeping your word increases by 42%. If you like, let's start with the first tip right away. 1. Always love yourself when you look in the mirror. Let me start by asking you this. For example, whenever you look in the mirror, what's the first thing that comes to mind? If you immediately start listing your flaws in detail, I can tell you that this is a real problem, because you can be sure that the mirror you see doesn't just reveal your aesthetic appearance, it also clearly shows how you see yourself. What I mean is, if you constantly look at the mirror with a critical eye, of course this energy naturally radiates from your entire being, and people actually sense very well how you see yourself. If you don't love yourself first, it's a mistake to expect this from others. Now, when I say love yourself, I don't mean be flawless or perfect. On the contrary, it means accepting your flaws and still finding yourself quite valuable. Actually, maybe I need to give an example. Maybe your nose is slightly crooked, or maybe you have unwanted circles under your eyes, or let me put it this way, maybe your hair just won't stay the way you want it to. But you can be sure that these are very individual details that essentially make you who you are. And I can tell you that when you look in the mirror, you'd be much better off looking at the big picture rather than getting deeply hung up on these details. Because remember, you are unique, and that's actually a very beautiful thing. To give you an example, take a look at the most beloved celebrities in America. Are they all perfect? Absolutely not. But they are all very charismatic because they actually love themselves very much. Now, what I'm saying obviously requires some practice, so every morning when you look in the mirror, find something positive and beautiful about yourself and appreciate it first. You can start with very simple things like, "My eyes are shining so beautifully today," or "Actually, I look so good with my haircut like this." Our brains are generally more inclined to focus on negative situations. But you can change that. Starting each day with a positive thought like this will, in fact, lead to a different mindset emerging after 3 or 5 weeks. And remember, this mindset will definitely be reflected on your face. As a result, people will start to find someone who loves themselves much more attractive. For example, try to stay away from social media on this topic. You know those people on Instagram who look perfect? They actually take dozens or even hundreds of photos before sharing just the best one. They even use filters and do a lot of Photoshop. But you are who you are right now, a real person, and you're not competing with them in that way. So when you look in the mirror, what you see will be someone truly valuable and unique. When you start to embrace this reality, you will feel a real sense of freedom and understand that you no longer have to be like anyone else. I would say that loving yourself is the most powerful beauty secret, because then you start looking at something you love. In fact, when you love yourself, you start eating healthier, you start smiling more, and these things naturally make you much more attractive. And don't forget that a mirror is not just a piece of glass. It is a reflection that shows you how you see yourself. When you fill that reflection with love, everyone sees it and is affected in the same way. By the way, I know this is at least the second or maybe third video you've watched on my channel, and it really saddens me that you're still not subscribed. Because seeing you here, essentially moving forward together on this journey, is very valuable to me. If you subscribe, you'll be supporting me in the strongest way possible, and we'll never lose touch with each other. Also, there's this new thing called hype. If you click on it, it's supposed to be very helpful in advancing the videos. Thank you very much in advance. 2. Try to pay attention to your morning routine. First, let me tell you this. How you start your day determines how the rest of your day will go. You can be sure that what I'm saying isn't a cliché. It's really how things work. Because if you get up in the morning and do everything randomly, if you don't take any time for yourself, it means you're not giving yourself the value you deserve all day long. Because understanding your morning routine actually means saying, I am very important and I will look great today. Of course, when you have this mindset, there will be a huge difference between that and a day you start thinking, oh well, who's going to see me anyway? There's also this reality. Consistently following your morning routine gives you a clear sense of control. You know, modern life can be chaotic. Unexpected situations can arise. But our morning routine is something we truly control, and that power will give you confidence. When you look in the mirror, you can say, yes, I am truly ready for today. This isn't just about aesthetics. It will determine how you approach your entire day. And when you respect your morning routine, remember this. You are actually showing respect for yourself. Here's another fact. When you look at successful people in America, what do they all have in common? They have a morning routine. CEOs, athletes, artists. Almost all of them place great importance on how they start their day, because they know very well that their morning routine will set the tone for the rest of the day. When you realize this and start applying it, believe me, your life will begin to change in a much more positive way, and you won't just look better, you'll feel much better. This energy will inspire those around you. 3. Improve your posture and your energy will change. We've come to one of the most important and valuable points. Your posture says it all. People make decisions about you before you even open your mouth. Are you someone who walks with hunched shoulders, or someone who enters the room standing tall? Even if these two people wear the same clothes, they are perceived completely differently. Good posture isn't just a physical thing, it's an energy thing. When you stand up straight, you send the message, I am strong, I am ready to your brain. And this message spreads throughout your entire body. People sense this energy. Now, there's also this situation. People going to job interviews in America, those going on first dates, those giving important presentations, they all pay attention to their posture because they know that first impressions are very important. And the thing that stands out most in that first impression is your posture. Shoulders back, head up, chest slightly open. This simple change instantly makes you more attractive, more confident, more successful. And the best part, it doesn't cost a dime. I also want to mention that bad posture isn't just an image problem, it's a health problem too. When you constantly slouch, your neck hurts, your back hurts, and even your breathing becomes restricted. And when your breathing is restricted, your energy drops. You can't look good with low energy, but when you correct your posture, your lungs open fully, your blood circulates better, and your energy increases. This physical change is also reflected in your face. You look more vibrant and energetic. For example, let's do an exercise to correct your posture now. Stand up. Raise your shoulders up to your ears, then release them back and down. Extend your head toward the ceiling, as if you were hanging from a string. Open your chest slightly, but don't force it. This is essentially your natural, powerful posture. I want you to remember this throughout the day. For example, set an alarm on your phone to check yourself every hour. It may feel strange at first, but it becomes natural after a while. The most amazing thing is that when you correct your posture, your mood changes too. This is scientifically proven. Body language doesn't just send messages to the outside world, it also sends messages to the inside. When you stand strong, you feel strong. When you stand confidently, you feel confident. So by changing your posture, you can literally change your energy, and this energy shift makes people see you completely differently. You're the same person, but now you're giving off a completely different vibe. Also, I should add that successful people all have one thing in common: a strong posture. Watch TED Talks, study CEOs, observe people in leadership positions. None of them slouch, because posture conveys a message of leadership. Of course, you want to convey that message too. Whether you work in an office, are a student, or are a freelancer, it doesn't matter. Good posture gives you authority and respect. People take you more seriously and find you more valuable, and it's all about how you stand. Starting today, pay attention to your posture, and in a month, see how the reactions around you have changed. 4. Don't skip skin care. Before I start this very important point, let me first say this. Skin care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Many people say, I'm a man, I don't need it, or I don't have time for that. But think about it. Your skin is your largest organ and the only organ that is visible to everyone. When people meet you, the first thing they see is your face. If your skin looks tired, dry, or problematic, no matter how well you dress or how good your hairstyle is, the effect is diminished. Taking care of your skin is an investment in yourself, and the return on this investment is incredible. Of course, there's also this. In America, both men and women now prioritize skincare because it's part of self-care. All you need is 5 minutes in the morning and evening. Cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen, this holy trinity. The cleanser removes dirt and oil from your face. The moisturizer keeps your skin healthy, and the sunscreen prevents aging. It's that simple. But most people don't even do this, and then they ask, why do I look tired? In addition, skincare has a psychological effect. Every morning when you touch your face and take time for yourself, you send the message, I am valuable, to your subconscious. This ritual is good for you. When you look in the mirror, you may not see the difference right away, but after a month, your skin looks brighter and healthier. And people notice it. They ask, something's changed about you. What did you do? That's when you realize that these small steps make a big difference. In fact, I can comfortably say that your skin reflects your lifestyle. If you drink a lot of water, your skin is radiant. If you sleep well, you look vibrant. If you manage your stress, your acne decreases. So skincare isn't just about creams, it's also about your lifestyle. But using those creams is the finishing touch that completes the whole system. Eat well, sleep well, drink water, and take care of your skin. That's the whole formula. And when you apply this formula, every penny and every minute you invest in your skin pays off. Every time you look in the mirror, that healthy, glowing face reminds you every day you valued yourself, and that value came back. The bottom line, skincare isn't just about your face. Pay attention to your hands, neck, and even your lips, because people notice the details. Dry, neglected hands, chapped lips. These affect your overall appearance. But when you pay a little attention to these two, the whole package looks great. You are perceived as someone who pays attention to every detail and values themselves. And this perception opens doors and brings opportunities. Skincare is not just about beauty, it's about quality of life. 5. Try to keep your wardrobe minimalist. Now, the critical point here is this. Your closet is packed full, but you can't find anything to wear. Sound familiar? This is a problem for most people, because we focus on quantity instead of quality. 10 amazing pieces of clothing will give you much more than 50 mediocre ones. A minimalist wardrobe means a system where every piece makes you feel good, looks good on you, and matches with each other. When you wake up in the morning, you don't experience the "what should I wear" stress, because everything naturally matches. To give an example, look at the most stylish people in America: Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Obama. They all wore similar things all the time, because they knew that the real energy should be focused on the work, not the clothes. You can apply the same principle. Invest in basic pieces, quality jeans, white t-shirts, classic shirts, a good jacket, comfortable shoes. These basic pieces work in any situation. Add a few accessories and you have 10 different combinations. As most of us would guess, another benefit of a minimalist wardrobe is that you save money. Instead of constantly buying new things, you buy less but better quality. And quality clothes last for years. A cheap t-shirt wears out after 6 months, but a quality t-shirt lasts 5 years. In the long run, you save money, time, and mental energy because you don't have to shop constantly. Set up your closet right once, then enjoy using it for years. Looking at it from another angle. When you have a minimalist wardrobe, your style becomes more distinct. Because everything suits you, it's unique to you. You don't follow random trends, you create your own style. And people notice this. They say, "This guy/girl knows what to wear." This confidence and consistency sets you apart. You don't need 50 outfits to look your best every day. You need 10 right ones. Quality always wins over quantity. 6. Work on improving your smile. My friend, let me say this first. Your smile is your superpower. No makeup, no outfit, no accessory can ever match the power of a genuine smile. When you smile, all the muscles in your face lift up, your eyes sparkle, and your entire energy changes. And the most incredible part, smiling is contagious. When you smile, the person opposite you has to smile too. This has been scientifically proven. Thanks to something called mirror neurons, people reflect your energy. So by smiling, you can change the atmosphere around you. But be careful, a fake smile never works. Of course, even if people aren't aware of it, they can sense a fake smile. A real smile isn't just with your lips, it's with your eyes. You should have those little wrinkles at the corners of your eyes. This is called a Duchenne smile, and it's a sign of genuine happiness. With a fake smile, only your mouth moves, but your eyes remain dead. So, improving your smile means learning to smile sincerely. Now, consider this. Look at successful people in America, actors, politicians, CEOs. What do they all have in common? They have a great smile because they know that a smile inspires confidence, creates sympathy, and opens doors. In a job interview, on a first date, at a networking event, a smile is always your best card. But don't just use it in special situations. Smile every day, in ordinary moments too. To the cashier, your neighbor, the bus driver. These small gestures keep your energy high. Also, practice to improve your smile. Look in the mirror and smile. Try different smiles. A slight smile, a wide smile, a one-sided smile. Which one feels more natural to you? Which one really makes your eyes sparkle? Once you find it, use that smile. And if you have complexes about your teeth, fix them. Brush your teeth, whiten them, get them fixed if necessary. Because when you're worried about your teeth, your smile is restricted. And a restricted smile is worse than not smiling at all. Also, I should add that smiling isn't just a facial expression, it's a lifestyle. When you smile, your brain releases endorphins. So you don't smile because you're happy because you smile. It's an incredible cycle. Try smiling even when you don't have to, in traffic, while waiting in line, when you're alone. See how your mood changes. And this change reflects on you. Smiling people appear more attractive, more approachable, more successful. It's free, available everywhere, and has unlimited impact. Use this power. Bottom line, don't underestimate the social impact of smiling. A study at Harvard showed that smiling people are perceived as more trustworthy, more competent, and more sympathetic. Smiling changes outcomes in job interviews, sales meetings, even courtrooms. Because smiling is a universal language, it means the same thing in every culture, in every language. I'm a friend, I am open, I am positive. And people are drawn to positive energy. Smiling is also a leadership trait. Leaders smile because they have confidence, they have vision, they have hope. When you smile, you reflect these traits, and the world responds to you accordingly. 7. Improve your sleep quality. Something that many of us actually neglect is that sleep is the cheapest and most effective beauty secret. The term beauty sleep is not said in vain. When you don't get enough sleep at night, what do you see when you look in the mirror in the morning? Puffy eyes, dull skin, dark circles. But when you sleep well, your skin glows, your eyes are bright, and your energy is high, even without using any cream, because sleep is the body's repair time. Throughout the night, cells regenerate, toxins are eliminated, and hormones balance out. When you skip this process, everything goes wrong. Unfortunately, sleep deprivation is an epidemic in America. Everyone is caught up in grind culture, saying 4 hours of sleep is enough. But the truth is, insufficient sleep makes you sick, ugly, and unhappy. Scientific research shows that 7 to 9 hours of sleep is essential. Anything less than that causes lasting damage. It's not just your appearance, your decision-making ability, creativity, and even your character depend on the quality of your sleep. When you're tired, you become more irritable, impatient, and negative, and people notice this. Now here's the thing. Prepare your environment to improve your sleep quality. Your bedroom should be for sleeping only. No TV, no phone, no work. The room should be cool, dark, and quiet. Stay away from screens 1 to 2 hours before bed because blue light inhibits melatonin production. Instead, read a book, meditate, do some light stretching. Send your body the message, it's time to sleep. Once you establish this routine, your brain will automatically follow it. I also want to mention that the timing of sleep is just as important as its quality. The hours between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. are called the golden hours because growth hormone is at its highest level during this time. This hormone plays a role in everything from skin renewal to muscle repair. So, going to bed at 3 a.m. and waking up at 11 a.m. is not the same as going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. Even if you get 8 hours of sleep in the first case, the quality is low. Try going to bed early and waking up early. After a month, you'll see a completely different person in the mirror. In fact, sleep also plays a critical role in weight control. Insufficient sleep increases the hunger hormone ghrelin and decreases the satiety hormone leptin. Result: you're constantly hungry, especially craving sugar and carbohydrates. Even if someone who wakes up at 3 a.m. and someone who wakes up at 10 a.m. follow the same diet, the latter loses weight more easily because their metabolism is working properly. What's more, Good sleep strengthens the immune system, meaning you get sick less often. When you get sick less often, you look better. Everything is connected. Sleep isn't just about resting, it's about your body renewing, repairing, and optimizing itself. Remember, that's why investing in sleep quality is actually the best investment you can make in yourself. 8. Try not to neglect hand and nail care. First, let me say this. Your hands are part of your business card. You shake hands with people, you hand them things, you make gestures. Your hands are constantly visible, and people look at your hands without even realizing it. Unkempt nails, dry hands, cracked cuticles, these immediately catch the eye and, unfortunately, leave a bad impression. They send the message, this person doesn't pay attention to details. But clean, well-groomed hands say the opposite. I am someone who takes care of myself and doesn't neglect the details. Hands are also very important in the business world. You walk into a meeting, shake hands, and in that moment, everything is clear. Is it a moist, soft, well-groomed hand, or a dry, rough, cracked hand? The difference is incredible. This is especially critical for those who work in an office environment. You spend hours at the keyboard, your hands dry out, your nails break. But using a simple hand cream and weekly nail care solves this. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Now here's the thing, nail care isn't just for women. Men should also trim and clean their nails regularly. Long, dirty nails look disgusting, period. Trim your nails once a week, file them, push back the cuticles. Of course, this 5-minute task makes you look much more well-groomed. If you have a nail-biting habit, you need to stop it. Because bitten nails look ugly and give the impression of a nervous, stressed personality. You look like someone who can't control themselves. For example, establish a routine for hand care. Apply hand cream before going to bed at night, a thick, rich cream. Use a light cream in the morning. This is even more important in winter because the weather dries out your hands. Keep hand cream in your car, your bag, and your office. Apply cream every time you wash your hands. After a while, this habit becomes automatic, and your hands look soft and young. Hands are one of the first places to show signs of aging because they are constantly exposed to the sun and neglected. I also want to mention that you don't have to get a professional manicure, but you can consider it once a month, especially before an important event, a job interview, a date, a wedding. A professional manicure shapes the nails, trims the cuticles, and massages the hands. It takes 30 minutes and is very affordable. But you can see the difference. Your hands look completely different, and this detail completes your overall look. Because looking good isn't just about your face and clothes, it's about every detail, and your hands are one of those details. Don't neglect them. Also, I should add that your hands are one of the first places that reveal your age. No matter how much care you give your face, if your hands look 10 years older, the overall effect is ruined. That's why sunscreen should be applied not only to the face, but also to the hands, every day. Because hands are constantly exposed to the sun while driving, walking, working. UV rays damage the skin on the hands, causing spots and wrinkles. But preventing this is very simple. SPF 30+ hand cream. Buy a bottle and apply it every morning. You'll see the difference in 3 months. Your hands will look smoother, more even-toned, and younger. And this detail changes how people perceive your age. People will say, "This person takes really good care of themselves," because you do. 9. Try to learn stress management. I want to start with this harsh truth. Stress is a silent killer and also the biggest enemy of your appearance. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. This hormone causes acne on your face, leads to hair loss, makes you gain weight, and ages your skin. On top of that, because of stress, you sleep poorly, eat poorly, and don't exercise. When all this combines, you see a tired, old, unhappy face in the mirror. Stress management is not just a matter of mental health, but also physical appearance. Unfortunately, there is a culture of stress in America. Everyone is busy, everyone is rushing around, everyone says, "I'm so stressed," as if it were a badge of honor. But the truth is, living under constant stress slowly destroys you, and this breakdown shows on your face. Stressed people have furrowed brows, tense jaws, and hunched shoulders. When these muscles are constantly tense, lines form on the face, headaches start, and energy levels drop. If you don't learn to manage stress, no cream or diet will help. Of course, stress management is a skill that can be learned. First step, breathe. Seriously. Taking deep breaths is the fastest way to calm your nervous system. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 8. This technique is called box breathing, and even Navy SEALs use it. 5 minutes a day is enough. Use this technique in the morning, at noon, in the evening, whenever stressful moments arise. You'll see an immediate difference. Your heart rate slows down, your mind clears, your facial muscles relax. In addition to this, physical activity, running, walking, yoga, weightlifting, whatever it is, just move. When you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which are natural stress relievers. What's more, you look better after exercising, rosy skin, bright eyes, a relaxed body. People notice this and say, "That man/woman looks great." Exercise also improves your sleep quality and regulates your appetite. In other words, it's central to stress management. The bottom line, learn to say no. Most people's stress comes from saying yes to too many things. You accept everyone's every request, then you feel overwhelmed. But when you set boundaries, your life comes under control. It's okay to say, "No, I'm not available this week." Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's necessary. When you manage your stress, you don't just feel better, you look better. Your face is refreshed, your energy is high, your smile is genuine. People sense this positive energy and are drawn to you. Stress management equals appearance management. 10. You should stop touching your face. I want to start by asking you something. For example, how many times do you touch your face per day? You probably don't even count. But studies say the average person touches their face 23 times an hour. You scratch your eyebrow, rub your nose, hold your chin, try to pop a pimple. And with every touch, the bacteria, oils and dirt on your hands go straight to your face. Then you ask, why does my skin always have problems? The answer is simple. Hands are dirty, face should be clean, but you keep touching your face, disrupting that balance. Let me tell you something else. Think about your phone. How many people have touched it? Where have you placed it? How many bacteria does it harbor? Then you use that phone, and then you touch your face. Boom, bacteria on your face. Or a computer keyboard, a door handle, money, a shopping cart. They're all bacteria paradises. Then you touch your face with those same hands. Changing such a simple habit makes an incredible difference for your skin. This is the first thing dermatologists in America say. Don't touch your face. To give an example, touching your face isn't just about transferring bacteria, it's also about mechanical damage. You're constantly rubbing, pulling, scratching. This disrupts your skin's natural barrier. Plus, when you pop pimples, infection spreads and scars remain. You're causing permanent damage for temporary satisfaction. When you learn to keep your hands off your face, your skin gets a chance to rest, heal, and strengthen, and the problems start to diminish. Actually, breaking this habit isn't easy, because most of the time you're not even aware of it. But here's what you can do. For a week, note every time you touch your face. Keep a tally on your phone. You'll be shocked when you see how many times you touch it. This awareness is the first step. Then, every time you want to touch it, stop and think, is it really necessary? Most of the time it's not. It's just a stressful habit. There's no actual itch. Once you get past that moment, you can get through it without touching it. Looking at it from another angle. Try this. Keep your hands busy. A stress ball, a pen, anything. If your hands are busy, they can't go to your face. Also, keep your nails short, because you do more damage with long nails. And most importantly, clean your face regularly. Clean your face at home, touch it as much as you want there, but keep your hands away when you're out. After a month of following this rule, your skin will completely change. Cleaner, brighter, healthier, just because your hands stay away. It's that simple, yet that effective. Look, everything you've heard so far sounds great in theory, but the real question is, what will you do now? Will you go back to your old habits tomorrow morning, or will you put this information into practice? Because looking your best every day isn't a miracle, it's a choice. Respecting your morning routine, looking in the mirror and loving yourself, correcting your posture, taking care of your skin, keeping your wardrobe minimalist, smiling, improving your sleep quality, taking care of your hands, managing stress, not touching your face. None of these are rocket science. They are simple, daily steps. But there are millions of people who don't take these steps, and then they wonder why nothing changes in their lives. Please don't be one of those millions. Of course, I fully acknowledge that this change doesn't happen overnight. But I can tell you that when you start motivating yourself to improve even just 1% every day, you know that after a year, you'll be 365% better off. So, ultimately, it's math. And don't forget that when you learn to value yourself, your self-confidence actually increases. With this increased self-confidence, you start making much more rational decisions. As I mentioned before, many of the things I've listed are actually things that follow one after another. That's why you need to take the first step first. So when you wake up in the morning, you need to say, "Today, I'm really going to take care of myself." That way, slowly but surely, all these things I've mentioned will become your lifestyle, and you can be sure that one day, when you look back, you'll be able to say, "Wow, I really changed my life." Like I said, now is the time to start. Take action. If this video added value to you, don't forget to like and subscribe, because this kind of content will continue. Take care of yourself because you deserve it. See you in the next video. And remember, you are the creator of your own life. Looking your best every day is just a choice, and make that choice today because you are worth it.